Hello, hello. Just get rid of that. There we go. So, right. My goal for this morning is to get through the first half of 5.4. I think it is doable in the time I have, reasonably speaking. I have no illusions of getting beyond that. Oh, it's fucking muted. God damn it. That's upsetting. Oh well. I have no illusions of getting beyond that. And in fact, if I get to that, I will be ending stream regardless of how long it took me to get there. I only have until around about 8:30, give or take. And then, unfortunately, I must go to work. But as I could not sleep, I thought I may as well get some progress done, because otherwise, there's every possibility that my stream after work would have gone late enough to disrupt my ability to stream tomorrow. The rough plan for the next 5 days is that I will stream tonight to get through the remainder of 5.4. Tomorrow, I will stream from 8 a.m. until I need to get ready for work. Hopefully, getting through all or the majority of patch 5.5 through 5.58. The remainder of part 4. So that Friday, my next day off, I can get through the entire the first half of the first segment of Endwalker. And then things will proceed from there. Shit gets real fucking interesting after Friday, but I'll get through it. That is the plan. Will I be able to stick to that plan? Who knows? I got some fucking wild-ass days coming up. And if I walk... And if I have to deal with this shit I think I'm going to have to deal with today, I may not even be able to stream after work. Like, fucking hell. But, that is the plan. I would love it if I could stick to this plan. Following this plan, I will be able to stay well ahead of my projections. But, without any further ado, there's a funny Easter egg with Grahatia. Let's check that out. I suppose we ought to take stock of these starting strong. I suppose we ought to take stock of these situation. Fucking hell. Why the fuck was that so fucking hard? By forestalling the... I could do that one, though. By forestalling the 8th Umbral Calamity, we have unwritten history. The future now lies beyond my ken. None can say what awaits, but so long as we stand together, I doubt not but that we can overcome all trials. We have already done so, have we not? What do you think of this? Well now, I have my suspicions as to what this is about, but would you be so good as to confirm them for me? Some guys of the crystalline mean. I thought it'd be funny. Aye, just as I thought. They went ahead with it after all. The artisans of the mean had come to me with a proposal. You see, in celebration of the knight's return, they asked how I wished to be commemorated, a coin or as an automaton. Neither, I replied, for all the good it did. They knew I would be embarrassed. It makes no difference what name they gave it, yet still they did it. A right stubborn lot they are, as befits the people of the Castarium. They shall be just fine without me, and Lena may rest assured I do not worry for them. Nevertheless, I shall never cease to pray for their happiness. No longer am I a leader of a nation. Whatever power and influence I may have wielded, I left behind as surely as I left my body. But everything I have ever felt and experienced, all of these things and more, I have brought with me. You have brought for me. I shall carry them close to my heart always, unto the end of my days. Yeah, Graha's functionally like, what, 120 years old? 130 years old? How old is Grahatia? No. I need that wiki page. Grahatia. Toa? Grahatia. How old is Grahatia before he's the Exarch? 24. 124 as of the end of Shadowbringers. 324, including the time that he was frozen. This man is 124. Probably like the oldest character that we actively interact with in the entire MSQ. Because like Matoya is only like 80 something, right? We don't know. I feel like I already looked this up. There's got to be a link to Louis Sois somewhere. That's not Louis Sois' page. How isn't there a link to Louis Sois' page in this wiki? I fucking hate fandom, man. Only even vaguely useful due to the influence of an ad blocker. There it is. So it's somewhere in the ballpark of like 72. So yeah. Grahatia is most likely the oldest character we interact with who isn't an Ascian. Anyway, I'm satisfied. Do you mean since I reawakened in this body, the hunger being par for the course, I have no complaints. All appears to be well. Though my memories straddle the lives I have lived, there are no contradicting fragments which cause me confusion. Yet by the same token, 'tis a strange feeling to be possessed of my young body again. Even accounting for the crystallization, I do not recall ever being so light and spry. As for my soul, Yeshua assures me it is similar to your Arndel. That is to say, it is somewhat denser than others, but otherwise normal. On the face of it, it appears to make sense, but I couldn't help but consider the differences between your circumstances and mine. You, of course, mingled with Ardbert, and as similar as your souls may have been, the fact is you were different people. Thus did your soul gain in density. How you were able to merge is another matter. Given what we know of the soul, that you possess distinct memories should have rendered the process more complicated. Though I but theorize, perhaps your strong and sharpened desire to do so made it possible. In contrast, I simply merged with myself. Whatever additional experiences the older me may have had, my fundamental existence remained unchanged. Mind you, that's not to say that I hadn't improved. Far from it. At any rate, when our souls combined, it shouldn't have been a process of augmentation, but rather, shall we say, attunement. It seems somewhat strange that my soul has become denser. Or could this be the result of having undergone another rejoining? If so, it would serve as proof of a future that many fought and died to prevent. Lest we forget, my friend, lest we forget. That is neat. I have to go send a message in a Discord real quick. Just a moment. Hang on, I gotta find the right fucking channel. Kill me. There it is. Ait. Having started Patch 5.4. And speaking with... I'll do this in spoilers, because I'm a reasonable person. Graha. He himself shares some relation and conformation about the nature of his soul. In this dialogue, he expresses a certain of certainty about the particulars. However, heavily implies to the point of near conformation that A, his soul is as dense as the Warrior of Lights, and B, that the most likely culprit is his soul having undergone another rejoining. As his soul is as dense as the Warrior of Lights, it is / seems to be safe to assume that he is only 8/14 rejoined. There we go. Alright. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, we only have like 8 other NPCs to talk to. Help. Thanks to your reports, I had known that all was well in the source, but there is no relief like seeing our comrades again with my own eyes. If possible, I should like to thank Astidian in person for the help he lent us while we were away, but it seems he has not been heard from of late. Such is his way. Until such time as we meet again, I shall ever pray for his well-being, and take the absence of tidings as a good sign, as I do with our friends in the First. While things are quiet, I think I'll move my body around some more. No need to get used to the new tricks I learned in the First. To that end, I'll round up Hori and his crew for a spot of sparring. Oh, and Graha too. In my capacity as his senior, I'm obliged to train him well. Oh, here we go. Let's go. We've been receiving some worrying intelligence on the Empire, but with the palace in a shambles as it is, it's taken longer than usual to verify the facts. I suggest you rest up in the meantime. I'm sure it's fine. What could possibly be wrong? If you're looking for Ilisudre and Elenine, they're off to Doma to visit Home. In his entire time with us, I don't think I've ever seen Ilisudre so alive as when he went out. Sent out. Something like that. The Archons have scarcely returned, and already sisters at it again. However this plays out, I pity the newcomer. When I was tasked with holding the fort, the silence of the place was unnerving at times. Strange to say that it is amidst this ceaseless clamor that I feel most at peace. Here, brother. If Grahatia is skilled in all forms of combat, as they say, we must train hard if we are to keep up. They're smitten with the newcomer, both of them. But I won't let him come between us. If he were to join us, on the other hand, not only have the Archons returned to us, but a capable new comrade has joined the fold besides. Their presence shall inspire us to ever greater heights. Right, that's everyone but Tataru. Tataru. Hey, everyone likes the garments I prepared for them. The time I spent polishing my skills wasn't in vain. In case you're wondering, Grahatia is an outfit suited for traveling, while his weapon uses a piece of the crystal tower as a focus. Brilliant, right? Now, I know we probably shouldn't go around chipping bits off Allegan relics, but it was just one little piece. I'm curious to see if there's anything in here. I'm going to guess no, but because this room is fucking pointless. They never do anything with it. Oh shit, Thinker and Yashula are in here. And you're Yanje. I was supposed to ask who they were. I guess this room isn't fucking useless. Hello, Urianger. By thine account, the 14th seat of the convocation was known as Azem. At the title's distinctly familiar ring, mine imagination could not fail but run wild. Oh dear God, is this what has all of the speculative questions I have wondered about been covered, at least in passing, in dialogue I simply skipped? Dear God. From Azima the Warden to Azem, to Azima the Warden in Eorzea, to Azem the Dawnfather in the Far East, in nigh every corner of Hydaelyn do those deities revered as personifications of the sun share like names. Could they all perhaps trace their origin to the 14th seat? I did muse, though it may ne'er be proven or otherwise. Such a theory, I do believe, lieth firmly within the realm of possibility. Alright, so they're never going to give us a clear answer, but it's a hard maybe. Got it. I'll take it. Though only a short time has passed in the source, for me it has been several long years. It is passing strange to see how little has changed in the Rising Stones. Sometimes I can't help but feel as if I'm dreaming. Then I see the equipment Tataru prepared for us, and it helps to bring me back to reality. Reen continues her fight in the first, and I must resume mine own here. As you know, in Seeker of the Sun culture, the title Tia indicates a male who does not preside over territory. In regards to this, Alphino came to me with a consultation. The Crystarium may not be a territory in the traditional sense, he said, but our friend governed it with great leadership nonetheless. As such, would it not be inappropriate to call him Tia? As it is by no means disrespectful to omit the title, I told Alphino that he is free to do so if he wishes, but I for one intend to call him by his full name, at least until he has decided what he wants for himself in his new life. That was extremely enlightening. It also would appear that I have misunderstood the actual cultural ramifications of the title Tia, and I can assure you I am restraining myself quite hard to not go on a wiki dive right about now. Oh, greetings, Arntel. Come in to look on our friends. Rest assured, everyone is quite well. I've been keeping a close eye on them and have satisfied myself that they are all in fine health. As a matter of fact, they are just about to convene in Dawn's respite to discuss how best to use their pent-up energy. Let's join them, shall we? There are few things I dislike more than my own ignorance.
Well, my friends, now that we have all settled back into our bodies, it is time we resumed our duties in earnest. Let us speak of our plans.
Ever since the Emperor's death, it's been one unsettling rumor after another. I've a mind to pay a visit to Garlemald to ascertain the truth of the matter.
A prudent endeavor. 'Tis of the essence that we establish the full extent of the threat, not least if it should prove that Xenos doth indeed orchestrate events from the shadows. In light of which possibility, I shall accompany thee on thy mission. Be assured that thou shalt find me more a help than a hindrance. Thou requirest another to imbue thine ammunition, dost thou not?
Destroyed by facts and logic.
Assuming that's settled, there's something I've been meaning to look into as well.
Welcome back, everyone!
Lise!
You're fine now, right? No more headaches or keeling over.
Let Aeon
That's right. We're fighting
let
fit
expanse
and raring to
contract.
go.
Aeon become instant. Graha, you wanted to explain yourself? You're in here, right? I could have swore I saw you. Or is it only the convalescing Zions? No, he's here. I knew it.
Famous Lys Hext, former scion and hero of the Alamegan resistance.
I don't believe we've met.
Really? It's so easy to assume that all Archons are acquainted. But then I suppose your fields of expertise are rather different.
Wait, Lys is actually an Archon?
Graha Tir,
What?
at your service.
I
I
thought
have
she
read
only played
much
the role.
and more about your exploits, Commander. It
If
is a
Lys is
pleasure to
actually
finally
an
make your
Archon, why doesn't
acquaintance.
she have the tattoo? What?
Likewise. The others told me all about you.
Do not be so sure. Words scarcely do justice to the vital role he played in our victory in the first. A more dependable comrade one would be hard-pressed to find.
Oh, right. I did glance at the report. But I'd be lying if I said I
Shit.
understood half of it.
Bullying my fucking microphone, man. It's a miracle this boom arm is still alive.
Well, that's a lot to take in. Just to be clear, this means we're not heading for another calamity, does it?
Most likely not.
Shorn of their unsundered master's leadership, what Ascians remain shall struggle to see their plans to fruition. And though I would ever advise caution, I believe we may rest easy for a time.
I'll take that as a yes. Even so, I don't know what to make of this business about Hydaelyn and Zodiac being primals.
A difficult truth to bear, yes. But at last we understand the nature of our adversary. And if there are no further calamities, neither will there be rejoinings, meaning Zodiac will never regain his full strength. Even so, as the oldest and mightiest of primals, he remains a force to be feared. Though his is a power born of the desire for salvation, we have seen the havoc it may wreak. And it falls to us to ensure that it is never again brought to bear upon this star.
But tell us, Lys, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
What do you mean? Isn't seeing my long-lost comrades reason enough? Alright, there was one other matter. I have a message from the Alliance, and before you ask, yes, it's about the Empire. So, after Emperor Varys' assassination, it seems his cousin Nerva made a bid for the throne. The trouble is, he wasn't the only one with designs on it, and it didn't take long for a civil war to break out. And it's not just in the provinces. Early reports say huge swathes of the Imperial
that was
capital
F5,
have been
not
reduced to
F6.
rubble.
Shit. Sorry? My
The Alliance will
apologies.
soon
It is
convene in
early morning.
Alamigo to decide on a course of action, and we were hoping you'd come along.
Well, as it happens, Urianger and I were just this moment planning a little trip to Garlemald. And we should be grateful for any advice the Alliance can provide on how best to make the most of our visit.
To Alamigo, then.
Huzzah! My
Why don't
stream
you go
will
on without me?
once again be
There's something I
plagued by
need to
the
look into.
fucking music in the locks.
Oh,
Same
forgive
song
me.
every
You were just
zone.
telling us. What is it, if I may ask?
I want to find a way to cure the tempered.
Of course. You think it may be possible to adapt the treatment you use to help those corrupted by the Sin Eaters?
I'm sorry, a cure for tempering? But that would change everything. Alizé, consider yourself uninvited. Go and find us this cure.
I'll do my best.
You know, I'm something of a scholar myself, you know.
I was hoping you might join me. Don't worry if not, though. I won't hold it against you if you'd rather attend a stuffy meeting.
I like stuffy meetings. I mean, I do. But I'm also more interested in finding a cure for the affliction. So
I knew you'd say yes.
I'll come too. If you don't mind, that is.
of course not, Graha. Come along.
Mind? I'm sure they would be glad of your company. Pray, enjoy your time together with your hero.
Oh my god. I learned something horrible.
Wait, no, that's
Absolutely
not-
terrible.
I mean,
I'm so mad.
I simply thought my knowledge might be of some use.
In the non-English versions, like almost every non-English version, I think
We shall
literally
be on our way then.
every not a non-English version, at this point in the story, we stop calling him Graha. We start calling him Raha. We drop the family name and the Tia, which is like a like sign of like extreme like respect and like familial levels of connection. We were robbed. Why? Why, Koji? Why must you do this? Anyway. Back to it. Don't worry, I can say with complete confidence that Graha is dressed for anything. When your soul is about, one cannot afford even the slightest slip. When I set out to save Halric, I think Gabu was always at the back of my mind, and having proved that the light corrupted are not lost, I am convinced that the same must be true of the tempered. Similar to those corrupted by the Sin Eaters, the aether of Gabu's soul has been rendered stagnant. And though the root cause is different, perhaps the solution is the same. It is by no means an unreasonable hypothesis, Alizé, but it warrants full investigation. And it warrants. If there's even a chance we can save Gabu, we have to try, but however much I'd like to race over to Limsa and set to work, there's no room for recklessness, not when a child's life is at stake. As I'm sure Beglug would remind us, we still know little and less about the soul. Any number of things could go wrong if we don't exercise due caution, and so before attempting anything, we should learn all we possibly can about tempering. There's just one problem. Research into the condition has long since ground to a halt, and the combined work of the many scholars involved, it doesn't exactly amount to a wealth of knowledge. Not of the modern scholars, perhaps, but what of their ancient counterparts? I know the Allegans took a more than passing interest in the subject. And if what we seek is to be found anywhere, it would surely be at the Etherochemical Research Facility. Where they experimented on primals and their worshippers? Yes. Good thinking. I've never actually been there myself, but I did read the reports on Azizla, which means we'll be needing an airship. An airship, you say? Meet me at the northern bank of Silvertear Lake. I've got a little surprise for you. Oh, and come prepared to trip. Goodness. Anyone else in the room? No one else in the room? Moving on. Yep, same dialogue. I'm gonna assume it's the same for everyone. Oh shit, I never changed my tags. Uh-oh, hang on. I really never did. I still had a Shadowbringers MSQ on there. Uh-oh. It's accurate now. Get rid of these. Done. There we go. Won't affect the VOD over much, but... Why did I remember the Bonanza being like the same model as the Excelsior? Enterprise. Yeah. I give you the Bonanza, the Scion's very own airship. I built her as a company project with help from our friends at the Rising Stones, and named her for luck and prosperity. Tataru, this is amazing. We'll be able to fly just about anywhere we want. Our garments were impressive enough, but to build an entire airship, I see the annals did not exaggerate the many talents of a Scion's fabled coinkeeper. I'd also introduce myself as your pilot, except the training didn't go quite as well as I'd hoped. But that's all right, because we've hired this capable fellow here instead. The Bonanza is equipped with a full complement of mana cutters, by the way. Feel free to use them to get around as is law. But enough talk, it's time to fly. All aboard. Did I ever mention that I was fond of flying? Because I am. Be it on an airship, an Amaro, or a Chocobo, there's nothing so exhilarating as feeling the wind on your face as the horizon unfolds before you. Honestly, Sid would be jealous of the way that airship flies. Tataru has outdone herself. Anyway, here we are on Az's Law, and Alfino's report did not do the scale of this place justice. So, this is where you had your reckoning with Thornton. I wish I'd been with you. This appears to be Helix, which means we stand in the Alpha Quadrant. To the east lies the Beta Quadrant, and yes, I believe I have my bearings. Though this is my first time on Az's Law, I do have some familiarity with the place thanks to the records in the Crystal Tower. Unless I am mistaken, this path leads to an Aetheryte, beyond which there will be an informational terminal. I suggest we begin our search there. You can literally see the Aetheryte from here, but okay. Time for our authority on alien artifacts to show what he can do. And here is the terminal. A moment while I search the archives for references to tempering. Ah, there we are. Iconic corruption, an overview. That sounds promising. Indeed. Let's see what the report has to say. Confound it. The contents appear to have been deleted. What? No. Isn't there something you can do? Not from here, I'm afraid, but it may be that another copy of the report exists elsewhere. The question is, where to look? It says here the report was written by someone named Owen. It is likely that is it likely that he kept a copy? I would say it is a distinct possibility, assuming he was a researcher here. He will have headquarters on the Hemisphere. We can ascertain the details of the Hemisphere control. Let us return to the Bonanza and avail ourselves of the Mana Cutters. We will need them to reach our destination. I forgot. You already have a suitable means of transport, don't you? No need to waste time accompanying us back to the ship. Then we'll see you at the Hemisphere. Aight, only fair. Gotta be in theme. Where's my fucking Mana Cutter? Aight, my hand is forced. Damn it. Mana Cutter. Cannot wait to see how they tie the Alligans into Dawn Trail, man. No escape from the bastards. Hang on. There we go. Welcome to Hemisphere Control. How may I assist you? The Mana Cutters appear to be ironworks made, but I dare say Tatara will craft her own soon enough. If the late Owen did indeed have a chamber here, this node will be able to tell us its number. There. From what I recall of the layout, it should be somewhere in the vicinity of... Warning, an evacuation order is presently in effect. Entry to the Hemisphere is not permitted at this time. Foiled again. In all likelihood, the order would have been imposed during the Fourth Umbral Calamity, and I doubt it will be lifted in the near future. The energy level is critical. Returning to base for recharging. Well, surely there must be some other way to gain access. Force, for example. Ere we resort to that, I have an idea. Were we to send a surge of energy through yonder control mechanism, it should prompt the system to restart, releasing the locks. As for a suitable energy source, a concentrated lightning shard might suffice. Happily, I seem to recall they are known to form at points of stagnant aether throughout the continent. You seem to recall. Are you honestly telling me that was in the records too? I am. A report sent to the capital mentioned that lightning aspected aether was prone to pooling on the continent, resulting in surges that interfered with equipment. A minor detail, I grant you, but in my role as caretaker of the Crystal Tower, there was no such thing as too much Alligan knowledge. Besides, my studies helped me to feel connected to the source, to home. I must have explored this facility 1,000 times in my mind. To finally stand here with the two of you is more exhilarating than I can well express. Now then, the lightning shard. If I may, I suggest we split up and search the beta quadrant. Oh, and beware of sprites. They are wont to manifest where the aether is stagnant. Now you're showing off, which makes me think we should make a contest every time, Alize, every goddamn time. The first to return here with the shards wins. What do you say? Very well. It would be my honor to come third. Excuse me? Oh, I hit my macro button actually. Well. Gimme. No! I fucked up my weave. Sorrow. Gimme. Bravo! That was quite a show adventure. Why, the spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of the prize slipped my mind. I appear to have forfeited a little race. Congratulations, the lightning shard is yours. What? No. Oh, it's a Graha. I thought it was Finn Daniel. Oops. What? No dramatic entrance? You've changed. You remember that. In my defense, I was caught up in the moment. It isn't every day you meet an honest-to-God's hero, after all. I think it's the exact same thing I fucking said my first time, too. Well, the contest continues, so you'd better hurry back. But one last thing. Thank you, Arentel, for bringing me here. Not quite. Oh well. You have a shard? Then you win. I searched high and low, but couldn't find so much as a trace of stagnant aether. It appears Alize had no luck, so victory is yours. Congratulations. Now then, may I have the shard? What is it that makes you so much better at finding things? What do you have that I don't? Plot armor. That is a question I too have asked myself on numerous occasions. I suspect we could both learn a great deal from our intel. Not only about the secrets of adventuring, but come, we should attend to our mission. Excellent. The system responded exactly as intended. We now have access to the hemisphere. Only one obstacle remains: the security systems within. Should they be triggered, they could make life rather difficult for us. In light of which, pray leave the rest to me. If I'm right, my royal blood should allow me to venture in unmolested. Assuming that this place works like the Crystal Tower, yes, but it doesn't. You'll be on your own. I want you to promise that you'll get out at the first sign of trouble. I promise. Wish me luck. Well, nothing for it, but to sit tight. Oh, it's 9:30. I have until 9:30. I gotta think for a second. I gotta make sure this is right, because that means I have a whole hour longer than I thought I did. I gotta be very, very confident before I commit to this. I have to be there at 11, so I have to leave no later than 10:30, which means I need to get ready no later than 9:30. Yeah, that tracks. Shit, I got a whole hour longer than I thought I did. Hope restored. I was just about to say that I may not have enough time to even get to my checkpoint I wanted to get to, the halfway point, but I'm sure this Owen fellow was very learned, but iconic corruption in overview sounds like a studium thesis. We all had to write one. Lest you wonder, mine was about the combat applications of Aether. I'm nothing if not practical. Alfie knows was more philosophical, of course, political, dare I say it. He chose to write a lengthy discourse on our nation's duty to the world. A controversial subject, to say the least. He asserted that Charlene's knowledge should rightly be used to protect all life on the star, in direct opposition to the country's cherished policy of non-intervention. Being a leading member of the Forum, our father was not happy. At the time, of course, Alfino was utterly convinced of his views and would cheerfully argue to the death with anyone who saw things differently. By which I mean, the rows were long. To be fair to him, though, he since learned to be a little more open-minded, but deep down he still holds fast to that one belief, and I admire him for it. I should have liked to meet the young Alfino. For what it's worth, my thesis concerned the Algan's civilization as depicted in folklore. Oh, you're back. I didn't know you attended the studium. I didn't. A thesis was required to earn my Archon's mark. My peers at the Students of Baldessian convinced me to write one with a promise of unfettered access to forbidden tomes. Though I considered it no more than a means to an end at the time, I will admit it was gratifying to have my efforts acknowledged. Good gods, an Archon's thesis. I shudder to imagine the work involved. But enough about that. Is this the fruit of your foray? Yes, Owen's archive note. It was waiting for me in his chamber. If a copy of his report still survives, it would be stored in this device. Shall we find out? Initializing. Scanning for registered user. User not found. To proceed as guest, please complete biometric authentication. Verifying. Authentication complete. Guest identified as member of the royal family. I am your most humble servant, your Highness. It never ceases to amuse me. 'Tis but a pity the effect will not last forever. Doga and Nunes said as much when they granted me this gift, but until such time as it fades, I shall use it gratefully. Okay. I call bullshit. Unless they meant, oh no, it won't carry on to your children or anything. Unless they mean that, right? Because man lived 100 years on the first and never lost it. As far as I know, Miquote only lived like they got about the same life expectancy as like any other spoken, right? I don't think he's gonna lose the blood. I think he's gonna keep that for like the rest of his life. Maybe when he's like old, gray, and already on death's doorstep, he'll one day wake up and notice, oh shit, my eyes aren't red anymore. But like, you know, search our archive for iconic corruption. Searching. One item found. Iconic corruption. An overview. The report is locked by the author. Please state password. Well, go on then, Your Highness. Tell the nice node the password. Right. Let's see. Glory be to Elag. Long live Emperor Zande. Password incorrect. Please try again. Confound it. Come now. Passwords are invariably short and simple. For instance, password. The notion that the password could be something so inane would be laughable were it not dangerously stupid. Furthermore, your conduct in the presence of his Highness is grossly inappropriate. Know your place, handmaiden. What did that thing just call me? Courage. Password incorrect. Again, be warned that any further inappropriate behavior in the presence of His Highness will not be tolerated. Alright, that's it. I say we dismantle it and manually extract what we need. No, let's not be too hasty. A single misstep and we risk losing the report altogether. I believe this may be a task for Sid and his colleagues. If anyone can coax a Machina into cooperating, it is them. Come, let us bear the node back to the Rising Stones. Fine, I'll let Sid try his hand first, but if that doesn't work, we're doing it my way. Threat detected. I should probably mention that I have yet to meet Sid since waking up. Rambrose did send word to the Ironworks, but it appears our friend has been afield on urgent business. Nevertheless, I assure you, my proposal to seek his help is no pretext, however much I might look forward to seeing him again. Him and everyone. But come, let us be on our way. Yeah, he's busy dealing with the weapon threat. He's currently building the fucking G-Warrior. You know, the underutilized content. Look at him, all but running. How sweet. Still, it wouldn't do to keep him waiting, shall we? Rising stones. There we go. Away, away. Nope, they're still doing their thing. I'm just going to assume that all the other scions are the same. I take it you have news to share. So do I. I'm pleased to see your mission was a success, and in no small part due to the bonanza. Kryle's back too. I wonder what was decided at the council. Large, low-born presence detected. Wonderful news, Arntel. Tataru contacted Sid on our behalf, and he is on his way here even as we speak. While we wait, I should very much to hear what transpired at the Alliance Council. Would you be so kind, Kryle? This is voiced. As you know, the meeting was convened to discuss how best to respond to recent events in Garlemald. According to intelligence from our Doman allies, the war of succession rages on, and the Empire remains without a leader. Amidst the chaos, the Imperial legions in the provinces have begun to move independently of the motherland. Of greatest concern to us is the Third, a legion aligned with Lord Nerva. It appears they have received substantial financial backing from House Brutus. Brutus? Aren't they the ones who took in Yotsuyu and Asahi? This bodes well. Xenos' movements, meanwhile, remain shrouded in mystery. We're hoping that Thancred and Urianger will be able to shed some light on his activities when they return. Until such time as they do, the Allied leaders feel it would be unwise to interfere in the conflict, and so, thanks in part to the Imperial withdrawal from Gimlet, they've decided to turn their attention to the primal problem once more. Working with friendly factions among the beast tribes, they hope to reopen dialogue and explore new avenues for peace. Given the timing, I suspect they wish to put their respective houses in order ahead of a decisive... Fucking damn it. That's a bad one. Ahead of a decisive clash with the Empire. Whatever their intent, it is not a problem easily solved. The Lominzans, in particular, struggle in their efforts. And Alfino and Y'shtola have been called upon to aid them. So long as we are dealing with the temperate, I'm afraid no amount of dialogue will avail us. But if we can develop a treatment for tempering, then anything is possible, which is why we must succeed. And on that cheery note, why not make yourselves comfortable in Dawn's Respite? I'll show Sid in as soon as he arrives. They get more use out of Dawn's Respite than I remembered. Fair enough, fair enough. I understand you took a little trip to Azizla. Raha made himself useful, I trust. We've made the respite cozier than ever. You're going to love it. We're only going to use it like 3 more times total in the entire MSQ. Don't worry about it. It looks the same. What are you talking about? As important as Gabu is to me, I know only too well how much more is at stake here. A cure could change the whole world. Sid, at long last. Warning, His Highness is exhibiting elevated blood pressure. Oh, dog. Hello. Sid. Forgive us for not coming to see you sooner, my friend. As you may have heard, we've had our hands full. In our defense, you are up rather early. I was under the impression you'd be slumbering a while longer. Oh, I would have been, had you not fulfilled your promise. Ha! I struggle with that idea. From where I stand, the secrets of traversing time and space seem exactly as unfathomable as they ever did. But if an alternative version of myself has already laid them bare, I dare say that frees me up to concentrate on other endeavors. Speaking of which, you wanted my help with something? What is it? Well, a treatment for tempering, and for the next step, you need to find the password to this Elgan's report. Just so, with nary a clue to guide us, we could be here forever and still not guess correctly, and thus we turn to you. Well, I'd love to say that we could help you, so I will. Once suitably configured, a Magitech terminal should make short work of identifying the password. I knew I could rly on you. Now, in anticipating that it might be of use, I took the liberty of borrowing a tombstone from Rambrose. It contains an elegant dictionary. Good thinking. I'll transfer the information to a terminal and set to work right away. I don't think I know what that is. Hang on. Oh, pitch. I'm shocked no one's tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like it's finished. Let's see. Freedom. The password is freedom. Oh, you may or may not have seen. If you talk to Graha right before you do the first quest of 5.4, he talks about the status of his soul. I wrote a brief essay in your Discord. It is pretty heavily implied that he is just standard 8/14ths rejoined. Like there's no significant weirdness. The only like real big weirdness is like the state of his memories and him functionally being like 124 years old. But yeah. Huh. Short and simple, just as I said. Would you care to do the honors, Your Highness? I would, milady. Any trick to get the word out? No. Open the report entitled Iconic Corruption. An overview. Password. Freedom. Password accepted. Opening report. This report seeks to provide an overview of the mechanism by which icons corrupt and bind men to their will. The phenomenon we call corruption refers to the alteration of the aether of the soul. Said aether ordinarily exists in equilibrium, no one element being more prominent than another. But when a subject is exposed to the aether of an icon, this changes, their soul taking on the properties of the entity in question. By way of an example, exposure to the aether of the fiend, Sephiroth, would cause a subject's aether to become aligned with the element of earth. As a consequence, the subject would attain heightened affinity with earth aspected magics, as well as a preternatural levels of endurance. Repeated exposure would further enhance these traits, ultimately altering the subject's very flesh. The changes undergone by the subject are not solely attributable to elemental alignment, however. Further testing has determined that the subject's soul becomes umbrally charged or stagnant during the process. This stagnation of the soul has the effect of diluting the sense of self, rendering the subject vulnerable to the will of the icon, the thoughts of whom come to consume their entire existence. In this manner do the corrupted become worshippers of the icon, their prayers serving to further empower the entity. Having discerned the mechanism of iconic corruption, my colleagues and I set out to develop a material capable of shielding one from its effects, in an endeavor in which we were successful, albeit at great cost. In the course of testing, many of my assistants, good men and women all, fell victim to corruption, and in accordance with protocol, they were summarily put to death. I subsequently submitted a proposal to investigate potential cures for corruption, but it was rejected, deemed non-essential by Lord Amon. Though I knew it would be fruitless, I protested the decision, and for my impertinence, I have been stripped of rank and title, and will shortly be expelled from this facility. In all likelihood, this report will be expunged from the archives. Nonetheless, I record it in the hope that one day someone will undertake to do that which I could not, and find a cure for the victims of iconic corruption. End recording. So, not even the Alligans were able to find a cure, or rather, we're not given the chance to do so. One cannot help but wonder what motivated Lord Amon's decision. More importantly, this confirms that stagnation of the soul is indeed the problem, and Angelo can remedy that. True, yet were we to simply reanimate a tempered soul, I fear it would do naught to diminish the individual's fanatical faith. Indeed, it may well intensify it. No, we would somehow need to suppress the primal's hold over the subject at the same time, or risk them ever remaining its thrall. One can only wonder. Surely this will forever remain a mystery. If only we could make them remember who they are. But of course, memory transference. The process has the effect of compartmentalizing memories, separating them into manageable bundles, if you will. By adapting the technique, it may be possible to archive selective reanimation, or achieve selective reanimation. That is, limit the effects to only those memories that existed prior to tempering. Through thus restoring the sense of self, we could theoretically drown out the increments of false faith, which had come to dominate the individual's thoughts. I see. The theory would seem sound. Your experience treating the light corrupted would help us to identify suitable memories for reanimation. But are you confident you can adapt memory transference as required? I seem to recall your attempts to do so while trying to bring us home culminated in literal bloodletting. That they did, you are right. Despite my best efforts, I could not recreate the mechanism, and I concede that the rather clumsy compromise I reached would not provide the basis for a cure. And perhaps it is better we consider another approach. Your doubts are understandable, but this time I believe we have reason to be confident. You see, nodes such as these were built with the ability to simulate magics, which leads me to believe that it may be capable of performing simulations of the transference technique. If so, we would be able to conduct years' worth of tests within the space of a few days. In theory, it would be no different from how we identified the password, but it'll take more calculating power, a lot more. Honestly, I couldn't say whether our equipment would be up to the task. Tell me, Sid, do you suppose Owen locked his report behind it? Why do you suppose Owen locked his report behind a password? To keep it from prying eyes, of course. Why else? Wait, a password that could be guessed by anyone with leisure and a dictionary wouldn't keep it from a person minded to look. No, he wanted his report to be seen by those who strive for freedom. Not unlike the members of a certain distinguished engineering collective. I believe their motto was freedom through technology, or some such. You two round up as many Magitech terminals as you can find and bring them to the workshop. Right away, Chief. Things are about to get very busy. Lucky we have you to help, eh? I cannot believe that the Alligans are responsible for chat GPT. We're getting there, Arntel. One step at a time. All those Magitech terminals won't come cheap. Shut up, Tataru. Some things you shouldn't put a price on. Suffice it to say, I shall be of whatever help I can. As with our first foray into the labyrinth of ancients, we seek to venture into the unknown, and in order to succeed, we require not only knowledge and preparation, but daring besides, just like old times. Ellipses. Right, well Grahatia and I configure the terminals. I want the rest of you to procure supplies. Namely, ceruleum to fuel the terminals and ice shards to keep them cool. The more we have of both, the better. Leave the ice shards to me. I'll round up some adventurers and go on a gathering spree. In that case, I'll trust our intel and Alize with the ceruleum. Here's a promissory note for each of you. We going to Camp Blue Fog? Take them to the Sky Seal manufactory in Ishgard and the ceruleum processing plant in Thanalan. The people there will give you what you need. Yours is a well-known face in the Holy See, I believe. If it is all the same to you, I'll head to Thanalan. We shall see to it. The terminals are ready, but by the time you return. If Alice is bound for the ceruleum processing plant, you want to make yourself. You want to take yourself to the Sky Steel manufactory. Off you go now. Wait a minute. Lazy winds. Upon Ellie 100% could be a Allagan name. I can see it. I can definitely see that. Welcome back, Master Arntel. How may I serve you this day? I would like one ceruleum, please. So, you are after ceruleum. In that case, please present the note to our engineer at the airship landing, which will be glad to assist you. What's up, dude? Okay, fine, sure, whatever. Airship landing, wrong one. Ethernet shard. Ceruleum, you've come to the right man. Fair warning, though, the prices shot up on account of the uncertainty with the Empire, so I hope you've got the coin. I have a note. Well, now a promissory note from the Ironworks. Don't see many of these. Not that it's a problem. It's as good as gold to me. Look, there is no evidence of spoken influenced climate change, okay?
My friend,
it's all a conspiracy. Doesn't
after
exist.
the disappointment of not seeing you in Alamigo, what good fortune to chance upon you here of all places.
I mean, look, it's snowing right now.
As you may have heard, the Allied nations are making a renewed effort to address the primal problem. To that end, have I invited the chieftain of the Vanu to Ishgard, that we might together plot a course.
True, though?
Since the war with the Empire appears to be nearing its conclusion, I would also like to call upon Estinian's lance. Alas, he is, as ever, a difficult man to find. I am informed he recently paid a visit to the Rising Stones.
Back when those wildfires were going on in, like, Canada, walking out and just seeing blood-red skies for, like, 3 days straight? Yeah, I can see it.
But tell me, what business brings you to our fair city this day?
Trying to put gas in my car. Don't worry about it.
A cure for tempering.
Oh, that
You
too.
never cease to amaze me. Until now, our only hope has been prevention, our every failure irrevocable. But this would rewrite the rules of engagement. It could end the cycle of bloodshed. Very well. You shall have all the ceruleum we can provide, and an airship with which to transport it. In this matter, you may count on Ishgard's full support.
I get fantasy setting and all that. Just having a ton of loose barrels full of a highly flammable substance on like an airship seems to be a unwise move. Wouldn't be worse than any given electrical company, like by a factor of 1,000,000. Wouldn't be worse than literal cow farms. Worth it easily. You just described what it takes to power, like, a city for 20 minutes. Is he looking kind of down? Or she have to carry all the barrels
Who
herself?
would have thought cerulean weighed so much?
She had to carry all the barrels herself. Fair enough.
Serves me right for being stubborn, I suppose. I should have just done what you did and accepted help.
Okay, I'll admit I did slightly misunderstand
Good work, you
the
two.
premise.
This is all we asked for and more.
Still not as bad as what it takes to a power city, though.
Lord Emmerich, eh? And entirely by chance. Ha! Some people have all the luck.
We have also succeeded in configuring the terminals, thanks in no small part to our able assistant.
Hey, Nero. Long time no see. Been a minute. How have you been since Omega?
You seem surprised to see me. Lest you misunderstand, I've no interest in such things as cures for tempering.
Why are you here then?
But if you mean to achieve that which eluded even the storied Allagans,
Oh, fair.
it seemed plain that you would require my expertise. And so it proved. Is that not right, Garland?
For all the effort it took to track you down after your latest disappearing act, you could find the cure for death, and it wouldn't be worth the trouble.
That wasn't the only reason I agreed to cooperate. I'm reliably informed that Garland and I are destined to unravel the secrets of travel not only across dimensions, but through time. Doubtless the lion's share of the credit lies with me. 9 parts to Garland's 1. And this research will be a stepping stone to that illustrious achievement.
Very well then. I'll do 1/10 of the work. Just the part that's beyond you.
Whatever you say, Garland.
Right. If everyone's ready, let's begin. All appears to be in order. Now, we just have to wait for it to find us our magic. Why not take this opportunity to put your feet up? This may take a while. It's overloading.
You shouldn't have overclocked the GPU that much, Sid. The fuck were you thinking?
She won't last much longer!
We'll have to shut it down.
Wait! We're close. So very close.
Oh.
Well, this is going swimmingly.
Please, a moment longer. I beg you. There. I was able to memorize the magic before it faded. It still needs to be put to the proof, but I believe we have our cure.
It's just as well. She'll never run again.
The fault is mine. I'm sorry.
Don't be. It may fall short of dimension hopping, but a cure for tempering is not to be sniffed at. This, my friend, is a world-changing discovery. One we're proud to have had a hand in. A few Magitech terminals are a pittance to pay.
Thank you.
Well, we've done what we can. The rest is up to you.
I wonder if that was established earlier, or if that's a Exarch trick. Like 2 more quests. So we finally have it, the cure for tempering. All that remains is to put it to use. I shall be praying for your success on the front lines. In the end, we didn't have to pay for the terminals, which is great for us, but I can't help but feel for my counterpart in the Ironworks. Alas, the Ironworks crew couldn't linger long, for far too much to do, yet brief though our time together was, it was bloody good to see them. Oh, they've moved! We have all new dialogue. God damn. Well, let's go. What do they got to say? If you seek Riol, he is left to visit each of the allied armies. Link Pearl conversations are well and good, he said, but there's no substituting face-to-face meetings for strengthening cooperation. When we were sent to deliver the ice shards, we had occasion to speak with Grahatia. Sister says he acts like an old person, but if you ask me, he seems like a perfect gentleman. So I had a little chat with Grahatia. Though he looks as young as any of us, he has the air of an older person about him. I suspect he's seen more than his fair share of trials. Little do they know. Hori challenged you once before, and now he has his sights set upon Grahatia. I fear history is about to repeat itself. They say Grahatia is a versatile combatant who excels at all roles in battle. I should very much like to test my blade and shield against him. There's nothing quite like basking in the glow of brothers' fighting spirit. We must make this bout with Grahatia happen. Yes, we must. It should be everyone. Alize. At long last, we have our cure. In theory, at any rate, we cannot be certain until such time as we put it to the proof, but I am quietly confident. Well, if we were to test it on someone, then I suggest Gabu. His symptoms are relatively mild. As long as you exercise due caution. Yes, as long as we exercise due caution, it will be fine. Without further ado, then, let's make for Limsa. We've kept Gabu waiting long enough. I doubt I could contribute much towards what comes next, so I shall cheer you on from afar. Good luck with the treatment. We'll all be praying for your success. Do they explain where we get the fairy lanterns on the source, or am I making trips for fucking fairy bottles? I know that once, later events, Matoya has her own methods, but we're not there yet. Oh, this part of the stream is getting muted. I don't even know what song that is. Tis plain Alize is very fond of Gabu. To the extent that I have a hand in it, I shall do all in my power to bring him back. Well, this is the moment of truth. I'll have our hosts bring Gabu to us at once.
Apologies for the wait.
Gabu, have you been good?
Still no change, I'm afraid. He just stands there in silence until we move him.
It's all right now. We're going to help you get better.
Fancy meeting you here.
Alphino Yushtola! I thought you were attending to primal matters.
We were, and came here for a meeting on the subject. Certain pirate factions did not deign to attend, however, and it was cancelled.
We had resigned ourselves to having wasted a journey when we chanced to espy you. Could it be that there has been progress with the treatment?
Obviously, Gabu would be the new physical range job.
Terminals to
Give him a big fucking gun.
I would never have contemplated such an approach.
If we're missing anything, it is a second gun
magic, adapted from
DPS.
memory transference,
A
would
third
be used to purge
gun
the subject of
DPS,
their fanatical
depending
faith,
on how
while
you want
Angelo
to see
would be responsible
Gunbreaker.
for reanimating the ether of their soul.
A fourth, because we all know that all a healer is in fact a green DPS. So a fourth gun DPS job.
Yet I wonder at the practicalities. If one were to reanimate the soul first, it would only serve to exacerbate the tempering. Conversely, a stagnant soul would not respond to the effects of the magic. Would both need to be performed simultaneously?
Nothing escapes Master Matoya's inquiring eye. As you say, both must be carried out simultaneously. And thus, I propose to imbue Angelo with the tempering treatment in much the same manner as I did the spirit vessels.
By doing so, we also spare Graha the trouble of casting spell after spell. It's really rather efficient.
Be that as it may, certain difficulties are unavoidable. The imbuing process will still require no small amount of ether. And, as I can no longer draw upon the Crystal Tower's stores of energy,
What do
I will
you
be
mean?
compelled to rely on those
You already
of
have a
others.
sword healer. What is a res mage if not a sword healer?
Well, I for one would be glad to assist.
As would I.
They've got
Since the
Vercure,
resumption of our
they've got
duties, it has been
Verraise.
naught
It's
but
basically the
stuffy
same
meetings,
thing.
and I have
They just do a
ample
little more
ether to
damage
spare.
than a healer.
Excellent. With your permission then, let us begin. Yes, this will do.
Dear God, you're right.
And now, it's my turn. Tis done.
No small amount indeed.
Well, we seek to go where even the Allegans did not. It was never like to be easy.
I can't wait until 7.0 when White Mage gets like 3 charges of flee this misery.
The rest is up to you, Alize. The treatment itself will take time and focus, so we will need a quiet room. I'm sure our hosts can spare one.
I hate to sit on the Endwalker Doom train, but the White Mage capstone for Endwalker was kind of underwhelming. Like, Lily Bell is a neat ability. I like what it does. It's kind of cool that it calls back to the like more nature roots of Conjurer. It is underwhelming though. At least at bar minimum, like visually. Fucking Sage got a big fucking laser.
It may be a while before we return, so I would ask for your patience and your faith.
What did Astro get? It's not. Is it Macrocosmos?
We'll bring Gabu back.
That came earlier.
You see if we don't.
I'm forgetting. See, Scholar got sprint, but again this time.
'Twould seem our
with
part
mitigation.
is played. Let us find a place to recuperate while we wait for news.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's like bad. I'm just saying that it's visually underwhelming. That's all. Was it Macrocosmos? It is Macrocosmos. Macrocosmos, man. Oh, good shit. Like, look at that. Pretty, fills the whole screen, everyone goes blind, it's perfect. I kinda agree. I still think it's a visually more interesting than Plant. I don't know. Actually, wait a minute. So 5. Oh, I want to see so bad now. I will take everything back if every time a charge gets used, it loses one of the berries. If that's a like extant detail, I take it all back. Liturgy of the Bell is rad as hell. Anyway, if it isn't a thing, then I'm doubling down, and I'm even more disappointed. Alize will succeed. I'm certain of it. We need but have faith. I am. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. Well, that seems as good a spot as any to have a rest.
For years, Eorzea has labored to find a solution to the primal problem, without success. Any hope that tempering could be reversed faded long ago.
I don't know. Maybe I just don't play enough White Mage, because I thought Shadowbringer was like really underwhelming on Dark Knight until I started getting better with the Dark Knight rotation, and like I love Shadowbringer now.
Childishness, even.
It just that constant fucking weave in your like opener is really nice. It's really satisfying.
But Alize refused to give up. She struggled and she struggled. And her efforts were rewarded with a way to bring back Halric. And now countless others may no longer be beyond salvation. However much we bicker, I have the greatest respect for my sister. Had I half her stubbornness, nay, her unwillingness to accept the status quo, I would be a far better person. A far better scion.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Ast is fun because you're constantly doing something, and it demands your attention, and it is probably the healer best suited for playing yo-yo with the tank's health. There's so much big heals, but that you have to manage in a certain way, and the cards mean that you're always doing something. Scholar is fun because big fucking shields, and fairy, big shields, fairy. Sage is fun because it's like mitigation, and you're like having to like think about how you're like using the mitigation, and you gotta like parse out your shields a bit better. They're usually smaller shields, but like there's more of them, and they're easier to put out. White Mage is you cast Glare, and if you throw enough flowers at people, you can do a Flatus Misery, and that's kind of nifty, I guess. As ZZ Azide looks pretty nifty. I like that spell. I like to move around when I'm using it because it looks like you are floating. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. And you can flashbang your team in dungeons. That's kind of fun. Like, yeah, no. White Mage is just mechanically, I don't know. It's missing something. I'd like to see how that works out. It's probably a difference between what you can practically and consistently achieve versus what you can technically achieve in a single burst that leaves you with no other tools for like 2 minutes. Because if you stack every buff you possibly can before casting your Adlo, I'd be a little surprised if Sage can beat that. But then you've wasted all your buffs on a single shield, which is kind of fucking bad for any given content. Well, if it's any consolation, she is in awe of your work.
She told you of my graduation thesis. How very embarrassing. Nonetheless, it is comforting and not a little surprising to hear that I'm still capable of impressing my sister. On the rare occasions I'm not annoying her, that is. Alize, are you all right?
The treatment. Did it work?
Oh, I'm so glad to see you all. Delighted, happy, glad.
Gaboo!
All this time, my mind was filled with thoughts of Great Father Titan. But I never forgot about Mother and Father. Always, they were in my heart. Constantly, ever, always. So I tried to focus on their faces. Theirs and yours. Alize's and everyone's. And I found that I could remember. One thing, then another, and another.
Your hopes reached Gaboo. They helped him to hold on.
I'm so proud of you, Gaboo.
I couldn't have done it without you, Alize. Can you help the others too? Cure them, heal them, help them?
Yes, we can. All of them.
Without wishing to dampen the mood, I feel compelled to add certain caveats regarding the viability of the treatment for general use. As you know, reversing the effects of tempering demands a profuse amount of ether. And while Alize was able to heal Gabu alone, I fear the same will not be true for those who exhibit more advanced symptoms. Moreover, the treatment's effects are limited to the soul. It offers no succor to those whose very flesh has been altered through prolonged exposure to a primal's influence. All of which is to say that we cannot save everyone.
Maybe we can't, or maybe we can. No one gave us a hope of saving Gabu, and yet here we are. We must find a way to treat as many as possible.
Then, the next logical step would be to produce a veritable army of Porkses, would it not? Granted, it seemed a simple enough process in the first, but I suspect it will be different here in the source. Not that I am any authority, of course.
Yet there is an authority on familiars to whom we may grudgingly turn. She's stubborn, haughty, eccentric, irascible, laconic, annoying. And her name is Master Matoya, the real one.
I have to go now, Gabu. But the people here will look after you, all right? And I promise to come and visit you again soon.
All right. Thank you, Alize. Thank you.
Alright, I'm out. I can now look at things. Okay, let's just check real quick. Adlo is 180% of amount of HP restored. So, hello, Mr. Calculator. $300 times 1.8. So a 540 potency shield. So a 1080 potency shield if crit. Plus another 10%. Oh. Yeah, same potency. That is interesting. Anyway, curiosity sated. We did it. We brought back. Well, we brought Gabu back, and if I have any say in the matter, he'll be the first of many. Alize will be exhausted from her efforts, but you wouldn't think so. To look at her now, if she is ready to press on, then so am I. You may recall that in order to procure the ingredients for Angelo, we had no choice but to surrender ourselves to the whims of the pixies. But I should have done so. But I should have done so with far better grace had I known what we would go on to achieve. Oh, what? Oh. I'm sure it'll balances out in the end. The consistency versus the peak. So yeah, that makes sense. As she will be at pains to remind me, hello. To remind me, I have not paid Master Matoya a visit since returning from the first, but this seems as good a time as any. Come, let us make for her cave. Right, quick trip to Idleshire. Oh yeah, I'm like an quest away from the relic. This way. Go away. There. Nope. Yep. This one. One day I'll go out of my way to unlock the mount speed increase in all the zones. Pointless though it is without... Oh. Goodbye, have a good one. Pointless though having the, ooh, look up, wait, the mount speed increases once you have flying. Oh! I see. Sorry. I have... a little less than an hour left, and I really want to get to... I only got one quest. I could probably wait around. But there's no saying how long the queue will be this far before peak hours. Master Matoya is something of a legend among Archons. I very much look forward to meeting her. If not the dressing down I am liable to receive for my inept attempts at summoning you. Do you remember when last we came here? It was to find out why the others had collapsed. If someone had told me then that they'd be whisked away to another world, I would probably have laughed in their face. You live and learn, eh? Ooh, nifty. It has been some time since Master Matoya last saw Y'shtola. What a lot they will have to talk about. I take it you are ready to bear witness to the joyous reunion of master and pupil. Very well. Yeah, I only got until 9:30 EST before I gotta start getting ready for work. And then I'll be live again at, I don't know, around about 6 p.m. to wrap up the second half of 5.4.
Nary a word from you all this time, then you bring every man and his pirogo with you. Did no one teach you any manners, girl?
In a perfect world, I'm doing the first two major chunks of Endwalker on Friday, but fate is
They were too busy teaching me etherology, Master.
Capricious
Jesting
thing.
aside, I wanted to be the one to express our gratitude. I am told you spared no effort to sustain our bodies while we were away. And for that, we owe you our lives.
Oh, shit.
You were
Hang on.
gone so long. I was starting to think you set your heart on staying.
It wasn't easy to leave, as it happens. Seldom does one have the opportunity to study other worlds, and I would not have minded extending my stay by a handful of years.
Ever the scholar. Y'shtola dedicated herself to studying ancient civilizations of the First, befriending a tribe known as the Knights Blessed in the process. There she took on the name of Matoya and won the respect of all the children of the forest.
Poor Rune. We have to get your Stola back to Runar. It has to happen. The only true ship.
I merely adopted an alias in accordance with the custom of my hosts. Yours just happened to be the first name that came to mind.
You mean to tell me you went gallivanting about using my name and only bother to visit when you need a favor? And don't pretend you don't. I taught you long enough.
I wonder if I can find the comic. Hang on.
Indeed. And devoted pupil that I am, I could not fail to recall my master's sage advice. When the answer eludes you, look to the wisdom of your elders.
You there. Were you going to introduce yourself?
Ah, here it is.
How remiss of me. Grahatia is my name, and I'm proud to call myself a scion. I too wish to offer my gratitude for your invaluable aid in sustaining the Archon's bodies, as well as my apologies.
Oh, of course he doesn't.
It was my inexpert summoning spell which endangered their lives in the first place.
I'll grab the link.
Ah, yes. The one bent on digging up the mysteries of Alag. Old Galaf used to speak of you, and Kryles told me all about your recent exploits. Do you have a bad back or something? At ease, boy. Whatever mess you've made, I'm not in the habit of dwelling on the failings of the younger generation.
That and...
You are too kind. I've also heard much and more about you, Master Matoya. It is an honor to finally make your acquaintance.
And off and
well, that's
pause
more
auto
than enough
advance.
pleasantries for anyone. Tell me what you want. I haven't got all day.
Well, that's fucking tiny. The shit. Hang on. There. I fucking love this comic. It's so good. Actually amazing. Anyway.
So that's the way of it. It should be a simple enough matter to make the familiar. The magic, on the other hand.
Ah, that you may leave to me. Being the only one possessed of royal blood, I alone can imbue the subject with the necessary magic.
So I just need to create porxes with the power to stir the soul. Just, I say. Though we're talking about a veritable herd of the little buggers, we'd collapse before we reached double figures. But if I could get a familiar to create the familiars, a mother porxie, as it were. Seems I haven't seen the last of that moldy old hole after all.
A porksy that produces porksies. What an inspired idea. By the way, Arntel, do you think I misspoke earlier? I assure you it was not my intention to embarrass anyone. Moldy old hole. She really must miss the place. In case you've ever wondered, Alfredo got his innocence streak from our mother, and it can be rather endearing, even useful in certain situations, but most of the time it just makes me want to shake him. Poor Ystrola. What does she mean, do you think? Some manner of hidden workshop, perhaps? Alright, off to my old workshop. Then, everything required to make your familiars is there. That may be, but no one has set foot in there since the Exodus. I dread to imagine what has become of it. Oh, there's sure to be a handful of feral familiars, mayhap a monster or two, but nothing to trouble the likes of you. You can consider cleaning up the place payment for my help. Fine, we'll do it. Good girl. Now, if there are no other objections, I suggest you run along to the Maker's Corner. I'll send one of my pirogos ahead to let you into the workshop. You need only tell him who you are. One can't be too careful after all. Off you go. What are you still doing here? Off to the Maker's Quarter with you. I'll join you when I'm ready. Go on, now shoot. Right. Puro Rogo, the Unwashed. What a guy. Judging by the unruly state of the flora without, I think it's safe to assume there will be no shortage of unruly fauna within. Add to that the undisturbed secrets of the workshop, and we have the makings of an adventure. The workshop was an unforgiving place even before the Exodus, and I doubt the years of neglect have improved it. The grass could certainly do with a trim. As I may have mentioned, Elise and I were still very young when we departed with the Exodus. I envy Ystrola for remembering the city as it once was. Greetings, Ribbit. And welcome to my good mistress's relict. Puro Rogo is my name, and I am honored to be your guide. Within you will find a space dedicated to the making of familiars, along with a cavern wherein the requisite ingredients may be had. I must warn you, however, that the place has not played host to a single soul, much less a broom, in over 15 years, and will, I regret, be in some disarray. But rest assured, my brothers and I shall see to it you do not lose your way. Now then, Ribbit, only say the word, and I will show you in. Boing. Let's read these guys first, because it should be a fast queue. So, Arntel, shall I lead the van, or would you rather I followed up the rear? Whatever you prefer, I'm happy to adapt, so come, let us go and make our mother Porksy. I was still a child when last I came here, but now I am rather more capable. Not that Master Matoya seems to have noticed. Mayhap she will when I have cleaned up the mess she left. I'm no stranger to Porksy making, as you know, and that must count for something. Are you ready? But give the word and I'll show you in. I had to read it eventually anyway. Though it has been quite a while since I last joined the fray, I have followed Elise's example and practiced whenever possible. My healing magics are ready as always. This one, this one, this one, this one. Incorrect. There we go. Okay, don't have to unselect anything. Hey, instant pop. Let's go. Thank you kindly. I am quite fond of this dungeon. It's got a lot of neat little details. For instance, the sprites of the Final Fantasy I classes. Yeah.
Right. To begin with, I need you to gather a few ingredients. Listen well to what the Porogos say, or you'll wish you had.
In most lighting, the helmet is fine. Every now and again, you can really tell the difference in the materials, and it bothers me. Let's roll. Please follow me and put down any pests that bar the way. I missed everything. Not a single hit landed. Hello. Oh my god, I don't have pig skulls on. Oh, it's going. I didn't even notice. Clay is just across the way, but you'll need to deal with the Mudman first. realize that neither of our DPS are there. So I don't need to worry too much about making sure the other Oh, this poor black mage. Oh, they've got it. They've got it. There we go. Now we have our clay. Let us return to the interstice? Yeah, interstice, I think. We need to get the water flowing again. Look, a mound of clay. Isn't that nifty? It will be my pleasure to show you to the Clear Note Cauldron. Please use this portal. Please wait while I lower the lift. Alright, I'm gonna LD on this pole. Forewarning. Right, LD. Oh, they all died. Of all the reasons to waste LD, I think that is the least possible annoying. break my TBN. Sad. The bookshelf sprite thing is definitely one of my favorite pieces of trivia. It could have been me. It's possible. I don't have the mana to a PBN. Or you for that matter, actually. Good damage, though. Oh, this one. You gotta go for the one closest to the cloud. No, all my water is gone, but I can't use. I won't. Alright, I give up. You win. Gimme. I require more, decent troubles. Last but not least, we need to fire up the kiln. Behold, a partially formed Porksy. Sadly, we won't get... Actually, we'll only briefly get to see the final stage, because I'm not skipping through cutscenes. But the cutscenes are more worthwhile than the small details. Alright, a little magma can't stop us. Moses? I got LD backup, so worst case scenario. I feel like if I pop it now, it's going to be... I'll save it for the unlikely event that the last boss will sell. Oh, I thought. Oops. And despite, so what you can do at this point is cast Return to go back to the start of the dungeon, and it saves you like a handful of seconds, but then you miss out on this. Isn't that nifty? I think it's kind of nifty. Anyway, we can leave now. Do we get a shot of it? We do! There, look. Porksy done. Alright, it's time to bake ourselves a Porksy. Look at it. It's cute.
Right then. Let's get this over with. Newborns are wont to be difficult. Sure, who's in charge?
Porcine porcelain, Mother Porksy. Half baked, about to be hard boiled. That's not a tank buster, so it's the break line. Come back here. How dare you leave my fucking salted earth. Ooh, Black Mage. Oh, no, you got it. Oh. Shit. You got a res mage, it's fine. Oh, the fairy can still heal when we're being pulled. Don't take off me. Don't take off me. You bastard. I'm dead. about keep LB2. Light. Doesn't have it. Come on, Black Mage. It's time to shine. Red Mage it is. Alright. Fuck back here. And we win. Here comes to the Latvia Black Mage. Pants.
There we are. Quite tame.
Then all that remains is for me to imbue her with the magic. My friends, I'm afraid I must trouble you for your ether once more.
I go back and forth. I like Scholar a lot, but Sage is also very fun. I think it just depends how I'm feeling on the given day. I think I like Sage's aesthetic more, but I just can't help how satisfying putting out big shield on demand with Scholar is.
Yeah. That should suffice.
And then for pure healing, I only ever play Astrologian.
Good. Let's set her to work then, shall we? I want to see some porksies. Assuming that is, someone can spare the requisite energy.
Ooh, my turn. The absolute 180 I had on my opinion on Astrologian does not cease to amaze me. I used to fucking hate Astro, man. Now it's like my favorite pure healer. Ah.
Excellent. Our very own litter of Angelos. And we can make as many more as we want, simply by providing the Mother Porksy with additional ether.
I will require a moment before I try again.
It's still hard work, but a damn sight more efficient than making them one by one. Thank you, Master Matoya. Everyone, we're a step closer to our goal.
No.
Distributed amongst the allied nations, they should do much to facilitate closer dialogue with the beast tribes. And given their present travails, I believe our friends in Limsa Laminsa should be the first beneficiaries.
I think Dark Knight's the only job where I ever spent any time trying to reach
I
like,
doubt my
optimal
legs will
stats.
carry me out of the cave.
So
much
generally
less to
speaking, most of my
Vilbren.
jobs just have, like, middle-of-the-road shit.
Thank you for taking the lead in gathering the ingredients. I expect you would benefit from a rest too.
And, don't look at my scouting gear. It's
In addition to
fine. Its eye level is
epoxies,
fine.
I
Don't worry
trust
about
you've gained an inkling of how much effort goes into the creation of familiars. Or mayhap you attribute your struggles to old age.
Pretty sure that
If I said
they still
yes,
have, like,
would it persuade you to treat me like an
distance
adult?
pants. Like, it's not good.
Not with that pertness, it wouldn't. Anyway, assuming you have no other favors to ask, I shall be leaving.
Forgive me if this is a silly question, but of all creatures, real and imagined, why choose a flying pig? Not that I dislike pigs, mind you. Given it was her first time making a porksy, Master Matoya did a fine job, though she did have Angelo for inspiration. Lest you wonder, Master Matoya has returned to her cave with Ystrola. They are as peas in a pod, are they not? And with that, I have cleared out half of 5.4. And with only about 24 minutes to a spare. So, I'm going to be wrapping up here. Later today, I will be finishing 5.4, likely starting somewhere in the ballpark of 5:30, 6 o'clock-ish, depending on how things go. So then tonight we will finish 5.4, so that tomorrow, early in the morning, once again, I can finish 5.5, and hopefully all the way through to the end of Shadowbringers. The true end of Shadowbringers. So, I want to thank everyone for stopping by, anyone for giving me the time of day. I really appreciate it. And until I stream again, have a good one, all.